What's going on, Muscle and Strength? Chris Bumstead here, big man, Iain Valliere, coach, brother-in-law. We're gonna be running through a workout. He's gonna run it. Big man, you gotta take the advice from the biggest man in the gym. So we're training shoulders, right?
Yeah, we're gonna hit some shoulders today, yeah.
So he's gonna run us through it, and I hope you guys enjoy the workout.
Start with, like something like 75 is my first set, and I'd do 12, 15, 20 reps, like as if it was a working set.
4 warm-up sets, 12.
Yeah, and then 12 reps, and then by the time you get to what you'd be saying at the time, if you're doing 100, 110, you're cutting yourself short because you've wasted a ton of energy on those sets leading up. So like we both just did there, 5, 6, 8 reps, whatever, just to get a feel for the movement, kind of get your movement patterns down, but not so you're exhausting the muscle by any means. So
I think that's why it's so important to warm up with machines, bands, cables, whatever you feel you need to warm up with, other than just starting with your big movement, and then you're gonna feel like you need to warm up with extra sets or extra reps and everything, which is fatiguing you from that movement, rather than like light band work, cable work, machine work to get warm up first, and then
laterals are one of the movements I actually really prefer to do on cables. Biceps would be kind of along with that as well. I just find with dumbbells, you're kind of limited in where the tension curve is, where you're not limited with cables. Gonna do some reverse on the pec deck here. A couple sets, and then we might work up and do like a rest pause or a drop set some kind of intensifier to finish it off.
You'll see Iain when he's doing that movement, he's not like coming like crazy far back. You see people like, you see some skinny people who hyperextend like fully behind or start moving like really far back. That's when it starts to engage your like mid back and your traps, which is pulling too far back. Your rear delts really only go like that far. Once you start going that far, it's more of a back movement. So don't think about getting a giant range of motion, just think of always feeling all the tension on your rear delt.
So we're gonna do a rest pause. So I'm sure most people are familiar with drop sets. You know, where you start with your maximal load, and then when you fail, you reduce the weight by a given percentage, 15, 20, 25%, whatever. So we're doing similar in that you're doing pauses between, but instead you're gonna just be maintaining the same weight and using the break just to get a few more reps. So say he's doing 200 pounds, so bring that to a failure, rest 15 seconds, then he'll go again with the same weight. So you might only get 5-6 reps to the second bout, rest another 15, 20 seconds, and you go again, might get 2 or 3. So the point is just that you're using the maximal load you can throughout the entirety of it, instead of dropping the load like you would in a drop set. We already did the cable ones. Like I said, I did prefer those, and that's why we did them at the beginning when we were a little fresher.
Prioritize them.
Yeah, prioritize them. And we're just gonna do a double one, kind of just like as one of our final movements. And what we'll do is just, you know, kind of that 10 to 12 range. And then when you get to failure, we're just doing kind of like a straight arm partial just to fully exhaust the muscle at the end.
So there's a lot of people who kind of have a trouble activating their delt. I even can have done those at the beginning of workouts sometimes. People are like, oh, I do all the lateral raises in the world and I don't get pumped. If you lock your arms with a heavy dumbbell and you're just literally just delt, you can't cheat at all here, it will destroy your delts. That's when you get that like painful pump.
It's also good for people that find they get a lot of trap involvement with movements like that. When you're coming up high, that's when people tend to shrug. So if you're just locking your arms and you're kind of at the bottom half, you're just keeping that tension on it. Like obviously because it is a dumbbell, like we were saying over there, you have a bit of loss of tension at the bottom until you're under the weight with the gravity, but still when the muscle's at that level of exhaustion, even just moving it from here to here is taxing on the muscle enough.